Hello everyone and welcome back to the Weekly Pulls. My name's Derek. It's been exactly 1 year since I started this channel and I'm back with a vengeance. A vengeance that decided to go to therapy instead of throwing on a cow, beating up the criminals of Gotham. Although if I did, you would probably think I'm a lot cooler. You know what you're here for. Comics. Why go to comicbook.com when you have me? I don't make the news, I just report it. I have a big announcement at the end of this video, so if you want, you can skip to that. Whatever you do, I'm never gonna know. Alright, let's jump in with the comics I read this week. The first one up, The Good Agent, number 10, actually came out last week. This was a great series. I'm sad it's over. It's been going on for a year. We have a star-studded creative team. This is a wonderful piece of historical fiction, and honestly, it's probably going to end up getting banned someday. Not because it's bad, but because there's some harsh truths in here. As we've seen with the Tennessee School Board banning Moss, this book could very well end up down that path, and that's a good thing. Not good as in people banning books is good, but it's good because it has good information in here that people would need. Books like this are super important. Yes, this is a great story, but the underlying themes are even bigger than this 10-issue series could ever be. Spoiler, non-spoiler, Edison Hark is coming back. Nobody was really sure if this was just going to be the end. It's not. We will see Edison Hark return. Gritty crime and noir at its finest. Next, Gunslinger Spawn, issue number 7. I have an undying love for westerns and cowboys. Honestly, at this point in my life, they could probably take Chris Pontius and put a cowboy hat on his junk, and I would probably want to know the backstory. Gunslinger Spawn is just good, old-fashioned 90s comic book fun. We got Todd McFarlane writing this. Issue introduced us to a villain called Carnivore. He's this really big, nasty, ugly looking 90s style villain who turns into a gargantuan werewolf. I have a feeling this isn't going to be the last time we see him. Gunslinger Spawn is great. Next up on my list, we have another crime/noir story, New Bern, issue number 6. New Bern's really cool. He's like if Michael Caine's Alfred and Dirty Harry had a baby. This would be New Bern. He's an off-the-records detective, basically working for whoever's going to pay him the most. This issue dove a little deeper into the background of his partner Casey, that showed events that took place in the past that are going to affect what's going to happen in the future of the next few issues. This is a really great series. Next we have Rogue Sun, issue number 3, stemming out of the Massiverse, the same big world stemming from Radiant Black. This is a really great series. Rogue Sun reminds me a lot of Batman if Batman had good lighting and he was an angry teenager with daddy issues. The story so far, our main character Dylan is the new Rogue Sun after the death of his father, the original Rogue Sun. He is given the Sunstone by his father in his will, and he is able to communicate with his dead father, and they're working together to try to figure out who murdered him. Art in this book is super rad. Each issue the story has just gotten better and better. It gets just a little deeper, slowly chipping away. There's actually a slight spoiler here on the cover that shows what happens to the supervillains. I won't ruin that for you, but once you read the issue and you see the cover, this is a really fun Easter egg. All in all, Rogue Sun is a great new superhero, and I'm really excited for the future of the Massiverse. I just want to do a quick shout out to my buddy Cody over at Ironverse Comics, Jack Irons, issue number 4, which, if you've watched my previous videos, I reviewed issues 1 through 3. We love Jack Irons. As you know, I love cowboys, and this is a great comic. They officially received their funding for issue 4. Yes, I know. It's wonderful. Round of applause. The world is going to be blessed with more Jack Irons the Steel Cowboy. Shout out to Cody and everybody on that team and everybody on Twitter and the indie comics community that really helped this come through. I'm super excited for that. Way to go, you guys. Now for my big announcement. For those of you that don't know, I myself have written a comic titled What Makes a Man, a cowboy western drama. Of course, I can't shut up about cowboys. Very fortunate to have a good friend of mine I've met on the internet, Nate Taylor. All I did was write this story. Nate is going above and beyond for me. He's drawing it, he's coloring it, inking it, pencils, lettering it. He's doing all the heavy lifting just out of the kindness of his heart. And that's really lucky because making comics is expensive. And Nate, man, I can't thank you enough. He let me know this morning where he only got about 4 more pages to go, so this is going to be done very soon. We're not exactly sure how we're going to go about distributing it yet. The goal is to have as many people read this as cheaply and easily as possible. What Makes a Man, coming soon. Alright, that does it for this week. Like, subscribe, share, and comment. Thank you so much for waiting for me all these months. I did go on a pretty long hiatus. Those of you that decided to tune in and watch the whole video through, thanks you guys. I don't know how often I am going to be able to make these videos. It used to be weekly, but now I am a new dad, and my baby's napping right now. So it really just depends on how my weekends go and what she decides to do, because at the end of the day, this is her house now. Always remember, read comics, support your local comic shop, and most important thing of it all, have fun. Thank you so much. We'll see you next time.